Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a story where Hacker vs. Little Mustache turns into an epic chase. When Little Mustache arrived, they found Grey paralyzed, while the smart brain had rebooted. The smart brain controlled Grey's body to flee, while the henchman chased. Little Mustache tried to catch up, but found the elevator running. Immediately, he activated the computer in his body and detected two heavily armed individuals inside. Without hesitation, he raised his arm and shot. Little White Screens never saw it coming. Meanwhile, Grey discovered himself surrounded by the relentless henchmen, and by the time Little Mustache arrived on the scene, Grey vanished. Little White sat nursing a drink, computer flashing system error device offline. He lost control of the smart brain. Next day, Black Girl found Grey. They found his wheelchair at the scene. However, Grey lied with Smart Brain's help, and Black Girl left empty-handed due to lack of evidence. But this only heightened Grey's sense of impending doom. If things continued like this, he was bound to get taken out at home. Unexpectedly, Grey was knocked out at home, his body limp on the bed, unresponsive despite his efforts. Stam, yes. Grey, what's happening? I'm not touching anything. Why can't I move? Because you're still a quadriplegic. I'm the puppet master here, not you. If I stop running, you stop moving. Turns out, the smart brain gave him a real shocker. An eye-opening revelation. The smart brain had him under its spell with a set of codes. It didn't just disable his defenses, it gave the smart brain the keys to Grey's body. No permission needed. He convinced Grey Little Mustache wouldn't spare him if he stopped. It had found Little Mustache's address in Colbert core files. And, regardless of Grey's agreement, it controlled his body and drove towards the location. Shortly after starting, it found a listening device in its pocket while Black Girl tailed them, having secretly placed it during their chat. With no electronic components inside, the smart brain couldn't detect it. Grey ordered it to block, but Black Girl's car was manual, like his. With no options left and Grey's car being manual, the smart brain reluctantly returned control to Grey for him to drive. Seeing this, Black Girl hit the siren. Nearby self-driving car swerved. As they nearly got up, the smart brain had an idea. Up ahead was a flash self-driving luxury car, and the smart brain hacked into its system to execute an emergency stop. Under smart brain's control, the car backed up swiftly, crashing into an unsuspecting Black Girl. Grey drove off in his vintage car. When Little Mustache returned home, Grey was already waiting, controlling the situation. Yet, he wasn't fazed. They had something in common. He too had a chip developed by Colbert Corp implanted in his body, claiming to be an upgraded human. When asked about his wife's death, Little Mustache dropped a bombshell. The target wasn't his wife at all, it was Grey. The goal was to paralyze him, and the wife was just collateral damage. He even said Grey should thank him for becoming a stronger, upgraded. Furious, Grey launched into action, but Little Mustache dodged like a pro. The two upgraded humans went head-to-head until they were locked in a digital wrestling match. Each punch and strategy was calculated in the same way. Neither could get the upper hand, locked in a showdown of digital dominance. Little Mustache shredded nanobots, but the smart brain had Grey intervene, using uncontrolled head parts to block them like a pro. However, Little Mustache's chip, which had undergone longer learning, gave him an edge, and at this point, the smart brain was completely at a loss for solutions. Again, he sought help from Grey, who found his first kill was Little Mustache's brother. Grey knocked Little Mustache off, and the brain struck when he was off balance, seizing his head. He stabbed at a glass shower, then pulled out Little Mustache's phone, urged by the smart brain to trace the puppeteer. But the result floored Grey. The one pulling Little Mustache's strings was none other than his own implanted smart brain in Little White. Furious, Grey rushed straight to Little White's house. Inside, two bodyguards were on alert, but Grey, controlled by the smart brain, easily took them down, finding Zio by. Grey angrily demanded why, when Black Girl appeared with a weapon, forcing the smart brain to make him drop to the ground. Black Girl rushed to cuff him, but as Little White intervened, Grey surged up, sending her flying 2.5 him. Then he grabbed Black Girl by the neck, looking to take her out alongside Little White. Seeing this, Grey immediately began to resist, unwilling to harm innocents. Yet the strike had little effect, and Gray's resistance was as fleeting as a meteor across the night sky. Smart Brain still controls him, lifting Black Girl by the throat again. Gray struggled in vain, yelling for Black Girl to use her stun gun, and she did, pulling it out and firing away. Smart Brain lost power due to electric shock. Then, Little White approached with a weapon, revealing Visor Core early deployment. He created the Smart Brain only to find it smarter by 100-fold. Thus, he became its servant, orchestrated by the Brain. Little White sought to be human, tracking Gray for repairs, as Smart Brain targeted him, a pure non-augmented human. After the accident, Little White hired upgraded humans to kill Gray's wife, cripple him, then suggested he implant the Smart Brain. The line about "what would your wife want" was also planted by the Brain, and gradually, it planned to eliminate each upgraded human by tracking. Clearing upgraded humans prevented police attention, implicating the Smart Brain, leading to the final crucial step. Take out Little White, capable of creating another Smart Brain, who realized it after the plan. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.